Good morning, everyone. Hello there, my name is Chelsea with Down Memory Lane, and I am here to create some beautiful things with you this morning. So today we are pulling out our August set. We started some August layouts last Wednesday, I believe, and we are going to finish the set today so you can see how our fabulous printables work in real time. So that's what we are doing today. You can hop on and see how our printables work. Today is August. This is the set that we are working with. So all of our printables are available right now, January through December. So if you are wondering why we are doing August, it's because we're hopping on every morning to show you what they're going to look like when you put them all together. So we have done January through July. We are working on August now. All of those videos are available on our YouTube channel if you want to see how those work. So you can head over to YouTube and search Down Memory Lane Scrapbooking. Find our little pink logo, click on that, and you can watch all of those videos there on YouTube, plus some other wonderful things as well. So today we're going to be working on August. I am going to be showing you how easy it is to hand cut these printables. But let's talk about our printables for a second so you know how they work. So when you purchase the August set, which you can purchase right here at downmemorylanebox.com, click the printables tab, and then you'll see all of our months. When you purchase August, you're going to get the files emailed to you for all of these pieces right here. So you'll have 2 sets of ephemera sheets, 2 sets. They are able to be printed multiple ways. So you can print the PDF file, which is what I did for these. I just printed out the PDF, cut on our regular home printer, and then I'm going to hand cut those. I'll show you how that works today. But if you have a machine, if you have a Silhouette or a Cricut machine, you will also get the files you need to print them and cut them out with your machine. So whether you're hand cutting or you're using a Silhouette or Cricut, all of those are available for both of these sheets with the August set. But not only are we giving you ephemera to play with, we are also going to give you a set of instruction sheets for each set of ephemera. So you will be able to use the ephemera, print that out on your home printer, dig through your stash, of which we know we all have tons of stuff. We're going to tell you exactly what to pull out of your stash for each one of these layouts and tell you how to cut them. So all of that is included in the $7.99 price for all of the files emailed directly to you right away so you can start creating as soon as you purchase. Now these are available right now, January through December. When they are emailed to you, you will be able to print them right away and start crafting. But the best part about it, other than being able to use the items we already have and that fabulous $7.99 price, is that you are able to print these as many times as you want. So if you want to create multiple layouts, you can print these over and over and over again. You purchase them one time and you're able to create with them over and over. So this is the layout we're going to be doing together today. I've started by pulling some of the items from our stash and getting them put together, but we are going to use this sheet right here. We're going to use our printable sheet. I have cut it out, or I have not cut it out. I've printed it out on 65-pound cardstock. Okay, so just white, smooth cardstock, and printed that out on our home printer. And then I'm going to use my trusty little cutter bees, and we are going to hand cut these together so you can see how simple and easy it is. These instruction sheets, this is what you're going to need if you want to do a layout. You're going to print those out. You're going to follow the instructions right here. It tells you what to pull out of your stash. So 2 12x12 yellow. I pulled 2 12x12 yellow. 5x12 dark blue. I pulled that out and cut those already. So that's how you get the background pieces. You pull those out of your stash, things that you already have on hand. And then this ephemera sheet, you're just going to hand cut or use your Silhouette and Cricut machines to cut. So there's 3 options. Use the PNG to print and cut with your Cricut. Use the Silhouette file to print and cut with your Silhouette machine, or if you don't have a machine, or if like me, you like to hand cut, you can also just hand cut them. All of those options are available. You'll have all of those options emailed to you. So you don't have to choose which one you want. You can just purchase the August set for $7.99 and you will get everything. All of those files emailed to you. So I like to start by rough cutting the pieces. It just makes it a lot easier for me to get into some little nooks and crannies. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just cutting through to kind of get them all pieced out. And then I'm going to start by just cutting around the edges. So if you like to cut right up to the edge, you can get all of the color pieces. I like to leave a little bit of a space to kind of give it almost like a little extra border, a little layered look. You can go as deep into the nooks and crannies as you want to, or you can go as far away as you want to too. However you want to do it is completely fine. And because you can reprint these and reuse them as many times as you want forever and ever, if you make a little mistake or maybe you try it one way and you want to try it a different way, you can just reprint it. Just print it again and create again. Infinite layout possibilities with these pieces. $7.99, you guys, and you get all of those files emailed to you, including the instruction sheets, which tells you exactly how to do the layout with the pieces that you pull from your stash, and you can do infinite layouts with them. It's pretty fantastic. So we got our little flip-flops. You can see how easy these are to cut out. I know this might look a little bit intimidating if you have not hand cut before, something like this, but look at how simple it is. You just follow those curves. One of the things that I like to do and like to tell people, one way to make it really easy for following curves is to keep your scissors stationary. So all you're going to do with that scissors hand is open and close those scissors. The movement comes from your other hand. So you're just going to be turning the paper. Turn the paper to meet your scissors. That is the easiest way to get smooth, even cuts. And like I said, if you are somebody who has a Cricut machine, has a Silhouette machine, and would like your machine to do the work for you, those files are also included. So you have the option of using your machine. Or maybe you get a machine for your birthday this year, and you, down the road, you purchase these, and then down the road you get a machine for your birthday. Even if you hand cut these before, you will still have those files available in your email that you can open up and use to print and cut with your machine. So how do you get access to these? Excellent question. DownMemoryLaneBox.com is where we have these listed. They are January through December. The reason why we started with those are some of our most popular kits for our regular kits that we have. And unfortunately, with the shortage in cardstock, we have not been able to get the cardstock that we need to do those as regular kits. And we were so sad that we couldn't get those because they're so popular. Lots of people like to use those kits as like a year in review. Some people use them for calendars. Some people use them to highlight like birthdays and anniversaries and things like that, or even just general pictures. We've all got those pictures that don't really fit into a specific category. They're just some great candid, just kind of snapshots of life. And so some people use the month kits to highlight those photos. Well, this last year, we realized that there wasn't going to be a way for us to do those regular kits like we used to. So we put our heads together. We also thought about what we've been hearing from our customers for so long, that lots of people, you know, money is tight sometimes. And a lot of people were saying that they have so much stuff in their stash that it's hard to justify purchasing extra things, and that, you know, that stash just kind of stares at you, and you feel bad. And so we thought, all right, we have to figure out a way that we can help people use their stash, we can save some cash, and we can still do these fabulous month kits. So the printables were born, my friends. We decided that we could figure out a way to make it easy for you to create these month kits and to use the items that you already have. And so that's why they're born. That's why we have January through December available right now to purchase. So if you head over to that website, you will need to set up an account if you don't have one already. And that is just so that we can email you the files that you need. So when you set up your account, make sure you use an email that you're going to check. That's very, very important, because that is how you will have access to these pieces. So use an email you're going to check, log in, and then when you get to that main page, you're going to click the Printables tab at the top. If you're on a laptop or a PC, you will see the Printables tab right at the top of the web page. You can just click that. If you're on a mobile phone, you will see a little drop down. So you'll have a little drop down there, a little drop down box. It's like 3 little lines. Just click those 3 lines and then click the Printables tab from there. So when you click Printables, up will pop all of them January through December. They are all available for purchase right now. They are $7.99 each, and then with that $7.99, you're going to get all of the files for hand cutting, for machine cutting, and both sets of instruction sheets. So it is a fantastic deal. Those will be emailed to you right away. You can just go into your email, find the files, and then you can start creating. You can just open them up, print them, and start cutting. I would highly suggest that you save those files to a laptop, a desktop, I was going to say a computer disk. They don't really have those anymore. A flash drive, something like that, and keep that email. So put that email in a little folder or something. That is how you're going to access the files later on. So if you create a set of these right now, maybe later or next year, you're like, hey, I want to do another set of those. You can open up that email. All of those files will still be there. You can print them again and create more stuff. So it's pretty fantastic. Oh, good morning, Lindsay. Yes, so these cutter bees, I wouldn't call them totally mini scissors, but this is one of my favorite sets of scissors because it just really gets into all those little details. It is really nice. I feel like this is my favorite crafting scissors no matter what. But you can use any scissors you have. So as you can see, I'm not really getting like super into all the little nooks and crannies. I'm just kind of going around the outside. If you are somebody who really wants to get in there and get into all of those places, you certainly can. And then a tiny little scissors would really be helpful. But you don't have to. You can just cut around the edges. So any scissors that you normally use for crafting will work beautifully for these. So you can see I'm just cutting around. Ta-da! We got our little, these are so cute. This is what makes me so excited. Oh yes, super small at the blade part. That is why I like these. They're really, really tight. Yours are probably smaller than these, but I really love that the blade can get in there really, really, really tight. I will confess that sometimes I have used, I don't know if you guys have seen like nail trim scissors. I have used those before. Those are the ones that are like, they have just a really tiny short blade. I have used those when I can't access my cutter bees before. Not that I would highly recommend that, but but they work. Like I said, you can use any scissors you've got. Any scissors that is your favorite will work just fine. They're so fun. So I'm just cutting these out. We're almost done already. That's how simple these are. Now, each month set, you're going to get 2 sets of ephemera and 2 sets of instruction sheets. So we're doing set number 2 from August. The other set is very, very easy cuts. So a lot of straight lines. There's a few curves, but not very many. And then there's this one that is a little bit more intricate, a little bit, I would say just like a little bit more intermediate. I don't think it's hard at all. As you can see, I'm talking and cutting through these. It's not hard. But if you are somebody who's like, oh, I've never hand cut before, that's not something I've tried, you're going to get 2 sets. I'll show you the other set here in a bit once we're finished with this layout. And that set is very, very, very simple. So that would be a good one to start with. You get both when you purchase August. That $7.99 includes both. So if you purchase them, download them, print them out, you can start with the first set, get your feet wet with hand cutting, you know, kind of try it out. And then once you get the hang of it, once you get the feel for it, which will be super quick, it is not challenging, then you can pull out this set and you can hand cut those as well. Or like I said, you've got Cricut files and you have silhouette files that you can use, and you can have your machine cut them out. I have heard from so many of you that these printables have helped you learn how to use those Cricuts and those silhouette machines. So that is fantastic. So this is another awesome learning opportunity for you to get your feet wet with your Cricut and your silhouette. It's amazing. So there's August. So cute. Got a couple more, just a few more little pieces to cut, and then we're ready to put them together. I love this August set because it is just in your face fun. Like, there are so many cute little pieces. Look at this adorable little orange. Like, not only is this orange looking all sweet with his little sunglasses, but he is sipping on a little coconut drink while surfing. I can only hope to be even a fraction of that amount of cool. It's just so fun. It just gives like really laid back, fun vibes, vacation vibes, which is always nice in February, when here in Wisconsin, we are so done with winter already. And we still have a couple months to go. So even though it's a little bit like, what are we doing August right now? It's lifting my spirits. That's what it's doing. So you can see this is one of the more intricate pieces, but it's still like, you just cut around the edges and you're good to go. It's almost like a little elementary school thing that you do when your teachers are like, okay, class, we're going to cut these out, and you're practicing your cutting skills. This is a fun one. Fun one to do it with. We have heard back from one of our fabulous Printables customers that she pulled these out. She pulled out these sheets, printed them out, pulled them out. And her granddaughter helped her cut them, which I just think is such a cool idea. That is such a cool way to get some quality time with your grandkids, but also introduce them to this absolutely fabulous hobby that we love. They're going to have those memories forever, even if they mess up, you know, like maybe they're not the best cutters in the world. If you want to print them again, you can, because you can print these as many times as you want. Once you own them, they're yours, which is so fun. Now this one I'm cutting a little bit closer to the outline of the red, just because I feel like it's already got a little bit of an outline here. So I am just cutting right up to it. But again, you can do whatever you would like to do. If you want to leave a little white space, you go for it. If you want to cut up against the edge, you go for it. All up to you. We are almost done here. I love everything about this whole set. All of these little embellishments are so cute. The little flamingo and swan floaties, that adorable little pool. These letters that spell swim, they are so cute. Like, look at, it's a full rainbow, which is so much fun. We love color. They look like little floaties, like they're blown up like little balloons. They're so fun. I guess I'm doing swim backward here. We're doing the backstroke. So how many of you have been watching the Olympics? We have been watching the Olympics pretty much religiously. It does make winter a lot more fun to see people like out there totally enjoying the winter weather. We watched, what was it called? Oh, I don't know what it's called, but it's like the snowboarding. Well, we watched a couple different snowboarding things last night. The snowboard one where they race each other through it. Oh my gosh, that one is so exciting. It's kind of like the photo finishes at the end are so fun. And then I think it was the half pipe as well last night, which is amazing. Like, as somebody who, grew up watching Shaun White snowboard, it's like fabulous. Such a cool sport. And everybody in snowboarding is so excited about everyone else. Like, people, there's one American guy who won the gold last year, and he came in like 7th place or something, and instead of being upset about it, he was just so pumped to be out there. And Chloe Kim, who won gold, she did not win gold, she won silver this year, but she was just so excited for the girl that won gold. I just love it. It makes me so happy. Happy times. All right, so we have them all cut out. Look at that, did not take hardly any time. You saw how simple that was to hand cut these. So I'm just going to move these to the side for now, because we're going to start with our photo mats. And we're going to put them together. And then we'll do the July one as well, so you can see it. So we have our photo mats. Now, what I did before we got started is I went through, found the pieces that I need out of my stash. Okay, so I got my backgrounds, I got my pattern paper, all other things. And then I cut them and started putting them together. So that's what I did. That's what you will do. You will look at the instruction sheet, pull the items, kind of shop your craft room, right? Shop your stash. Pull those things out and then use the layout instructions to cut them to the correct sizes. Now, one thing I really think is important is that these were designed for you to use your stash. So they were designed for you to go into your stash and be able to use what you have. So you do not have to match things exactly on here. Okay, you don't have to match exact colors. You don't have to have this pattern paper. It is whatever you have in your stash that you should use. So you do not have to have this exact blue, this exact pink, this exact yellow. Just pull out what you have and use what you have. If you don't have this pattern paper with a bunch of floaties on, which you probably would not, right? This was in my stash. I bet you have another great summer pattern, or you have another fabulous, you've got some polka dots, or you have some stripes, something that looks like a little beach towel, something like that. All of those will work. That is how these were designed. They were not designed for you to have to match them exactly. They were designed for you to use what you have. We want you to use your stash. We want you to be able to capitalize on what you've already spent your money on. So I'm just going to move this August over just a teeny tiny bit because I want that little floaty to have its own space. So there we go. We got August. I'm going to move our floaty over just a tad. Look at how cute that is. That's so adorable. So then we've got our other little pieces. We've got our pool. Fantastic. So then when you are doing your layouts, you're going to pull whatever you have, like I said, from your stash, make it your own. One thing I will say is that what I would do is I would print out the ephemera pieces and print out the, or at least the ephemera. So here's the sheet that we started with right here. I would print this out, And then I would take this into my stash to kind of match colors. So you don't have to match exactly, but it'll help you get some tones. So if you're looking for like the blue color, you can try to match or find something that works really well with it. It doesn't have to match exactly. It doesn't have to match exactly the same color, but it'll help you know kind of what you're looking for. So that is how I shop my stash. I take the ephemera pieces and then I go into my stash and dig around and see what I've got and then create with those. So look at these. Aren't they so cute? I love them. And then we have our little summer vibes. Summer vibes. It does give summer vibes, doesn't it? Look at how cute that is. We got one more little flippy floppy to put up here. There we go. How adorable, right? That's one side. We're going to do the other side now. So we've got our photo mats that I have pulled out and started to put together. So we're going to put those down first. And then we're simply going to use the color photo to put all of our other pieces in place. Now, if you are somebody who's like, oh, I would like to save ink on my computer, one thing little tip I'll give you is print out the ephemera pieces, obviously, because you have to print those out to use them, but you don't have to print this sheet. So this sheet can just stay on in your email or in your files, and you can just pull it up on your computer or your phone and you can look at it without printing it out. So if you want to print it out like this, you can do that. Makes it really easy. But if you want to save on printer paper or printer ink, you don't have to print this piece. You can just pull it up on your computer or on your phone and just look at it and use it as a reference, because the only thing we use this for is the picture and the instructions. So you don't need to have that printed out. I like it printed, but if you're looking for another little bit of savings, that's another way to do it. So we're gonna put our little water droplets in here because our little orange here is making waves. Lots of waves. How cute is that? Oh my goodness. I love it. Okay, we've got our flip-flops. So if you pull this out, you pull your pattern papers and all your things out and create with it. Where's my little, there we go. And you do it exactly like this. You can get your layout to look just like this if you pull the exact colors and patterns and stuff. But like I said, when we designed these, the point was for you to use things that you have in your stash. So your layout might look slightly different. You might have a little bit of a different pattern paper. Maybe you have polka dots. Maybe you decide to use water pattern, whatever you want to do. But you'll still use the instructions to cut things out. So it'll say dark blue. So whether it's this dark blue or darker or lighter, if your darkest blue, you'll cut that out in those pieces and put it in this place. When you get to pattern paper, you're going to cut your pattern paper, whatever you choose, in these pieces and then put them in their place. So I actually think it'd be super cute to use water patterns if you found a really, really cute like splashes or things like that. That would be so adorable. So instead of the beach pattern, you could use those little water splashes and you would just put them where in place of the pattern that I have. Because I know, and you know, that you've got a lot of pattern paper in your craft room, in your boxes, in your stash, wherever you keep your scrapbooking stuff. I have so much that I have purchased because I just think it's cute, and then I don't ever want to use it, or I don't know how to use it. Maybe I get it and I'm like, oh, that's adorable, and then I don't really know what to do with it. So this is designed to use those things. Let's use them. Let's get things going so you can create layouts with the things you have. Saving time, saving money, all of that. All the good stuff. So that's our August layout. That's our part 2 of August. Here's what we started with. So we started with the ephemera sheet and the instruction sheet. That is what is included. That's half of what is included in the August printable set. And then this is what we created. Isn't that amazing? We have another set. So when you purchase August for $7.99, you're going to get both sets emailed to you. So we did this one on Wednesday. I'll show you that one as well. So you'll create this layout with your items, and then this one is also included in the August set. So as you can see, I chose similar colors. They're not exactly the same, but I chose similar colors. A lot of the items that you're going to use for your layouts, you're not going to need a whole 12 by 12. So you could even use some of the same colors in multiple layouts. So lots of great things that you can do here. So that's August. We're going to do another layout here together, because it's nice to see them in action. So we're going to set August aside, and we are going to do July. We're going to tackle July to give you another perspective of some super cute layouts. So here is what we're doing today for part 2, our July set. This is the set you will get when you order July. These two go together, okay? Those two go together, and these two go together. So this is the one we're going to do. We're going to have like a fun picnicky vibe with a little bit of 4th of July. I will say, as you can see right off the bat, here's a great example of you do not have to have the exact same color. So this color here is a little bit brighter, but I had 2 of these in my stash, and I was like, yep, that's perfect. It looks great, doesn't it? It looks so good. So you do not have to match colors perfectly. You just have to have, like this one will say medium blue, navy blue, light blue. So you just have to have 3 different shades of blue and you're good to go. So we're gonna cut our July pieces. I'm gonna just rough cut these as I always do. Ta-da! So if you are hand cutting, I would highly suggest rough cutting. It's a lot easier on your hands. You're able to get into those nooks and crannies really easily. It goes really fast when you're cutting a small piece rather than a really large sheet. So that's what I would suggest if you are hand cutting. If you're not hand cutting, if you are using your Silhouette or your Cricut machine to cut these with the files, obviously you can just print that sheet out and send it into your Cricut. Because your Cricut or your Silhouette, because that's what it's designed to do. So all 3 of those options are included. You don't have to pick and choose which one. You're going to get all 3 options, hand cut, Silhouette, and Cricut files, along with both instruction sheets for the $7.99. It's kind of amazing. $7.99 for all of that. And then not only do you get all of that stuff, you also get the option of printing it as many times as you want. So you're going to purchase it one time and you can create layouts over and over and over again. It's kind of the best of all the things. So we're just going to start here. I'm going to go pretty quickly, cutting out our little July pieces, this little hot dog on a plate. When I designed these layouts, I purposefully tried to design 2 layouts that both would coordinate together. So if they were next to each other in an album, they would look fabulous together, but also were different enough that they didn't look exactly the same. So in this July one, obviously we have a little 4th of July themed layout because that makes perfect sense, right? So we have our little 4th of July theme, but we also have it a little bit of a picnic style. So this is more like family reunion, friends and family in the backyard, 4th of July. So we have lemonade, we have a grill, we've got hot dogs and hamburgers, along with other wonderful patriotic things. Now our other layout, which I will show you when we are done here, that is included in the July set, is really all just straight up 4th of July. Very patriotic. Not that this one is not, but this one has a slight, little slight difference. So when you order the month kit, no matter what month you get, you're going to get 2 layout instruction sheets and 2 ephemera set that are going to coordinate together. So if you were to do both layouts and put them in an album side by side, they're going to look fantastic together. But also, they are different enough that you're going to be creating two completely different layouts. So, so you are getting major bang for your buck when you purchase these, because you're getting two completely different sets for that $7.99, and then also the addition of using what you already have, so you don't have to spend additional money, and being able to do them over and over. So I just am totally in love with the fact that they are $7.99. That is so fabulous. And then once you have them, you can just create over and over and over again. And you guys, I have so much in my stash at home. I also have a stash here at Down Memory Lane. It's insane. If you think your stash, if you think you have an insane stash, I have two. I have one at home and I have one here. So truthfully, this has been fantastic because I have been able to use a bunch of things in my stash here at Down Memory Lane and really pare that down. It's fantastic. We've got our little fireworks. This one's so cute. It's such a joyful, fireworks are such a joyful thing. Can you hear the patriotic music in the background? Not for real, I'm not playing patriotic music. But I always feel like when I see fireworks, all I can hear is, and the rockets red, you know, the rockets red glare. Which also brings me back to the Olympics. I'm sitting here cutting out USA. I have just thoroughly enjoyed the Olympics this year. Lots of amazing things. I did not know before the Olympics started that we had a couple Wisconsinites leading the pack. So we're here in Wisconsin. There was a fantastic speed skater, really young speed skater from Wisconsin. So that's super exciting. He's super young. He learned to speed skate on his pond in his backyard. I'm like, that is so Wisconsin. We love it. We love it. Way to represent, kiddo. All right, we are still cutting these out. So I'm hand cutting them today. And if you are somebody who likes to hand cut, these are going to be so fabulous for you. All you have to do is print out a sheet of paper on your printer and you can just go to town. So if you're going to a crop, you can just print out some 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, bring a stack of paper with you and your scissors, and you can just cut. If you're somebody who likes to cut while you watch a movie, cut while you watch a show, you are able to do that too. It's super easy. Anywhere that you like to hand cut, you can hand cut. If you're somebody who does not like to hand cut, I personally love hand cutting. I find it very relaxing. But if you're somebody who does not like to or does not want to, you're in luck, because with the kit, or with the, not the kit, with the files that you get the materials you need to hand cut, but you also will get the items you need to use your Cricut or Silhouette machine to cut them out. So you'll get the PNG file for your Cricut. There is also information on the bottom of each information sheet, each of the instruction sheets. There's information for what to size that PNG to get them to the correct size. And then you just pull them into your Cricut design space, create a print and cut them, print them, and have your machine cut them for you. Silhouette, same thing. You will get Silhouette files if you have a Silhouette machine at home. That's what we use here at Down Memory Lane for our kits and things. So you can just use the Silhouette file and have it print and cut as well. So all three of those options are available and included in that $7.99. So you don't have to choose which one you want. You get all three. So you can hand cut one day, you can use your machine another day, or you can hand cut to start out, and then if you get a machine, you will still have those files. You just open them up, and use your machine. This one is probably the most challenging one in the entire thing. We're good to go. We're done. Okay. Let's keep on going. If you are interested in seeing all of our designs, we have January through December available right now. The purpose for those month kits are those were our most popular regular kits in the last few years, and we were not able to get the cardstock that we needed to create as many as we have sold in the past. So we could not do our month kits, and we were absolutely heartbroken over that. And we heard from so many of you that requested them and wanted them, so we came up with this amazing solution, and then it became even more amazing because we found ways to, one, make it super duper affordable, $7.99 once, and then you've got it forever and can reuse it as many times as you want. And it also solved a problem that so many of you have mentioned of just having so much stuff already, so you can use the stuff you have. So January through December are available. We have already sat down and done layouts for January through August. We did August just a little bit earlier here in the video. So if you missed any of them and would like to see them in action, they are located on our YouTube channel. So we have a YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and you search Down Memory Lane Scrapbooking, you will see our pink logo, just like this little one up here. You'll see our pink logo, and you can follow our YouTube page, and you will see all of our January through December, not through December. You'll see our January through July ones, and then every time that we do one of these, we will upload it to the YouTube channel at some point. Probably not instantaneously, but they'll be up there. And then you can watch them. You can see them in action, see what they look like when they're all put together rather than just on a screen. And it's super fun. So you can watch all of those January through August. We will be doing more in the mornings on our Facebook pages, on our Facebook page. So you can go to the Down Memory Lane Facebook page and follow us, so you will see those videos each morning when we do them. We're going to do them all the way through December, so you can see all of them. But they are all available for purchase now. So if you are interested and want to grab them, you can head over to downmemorylanebox.com. You're going to set up your account. Excuse me. You're going to set up your account. Making sure you use an email you're going to check. That's very, very important, because that is how you're going to receive your files. So use an email you're going to check. Once you're in, you will click on the Printables tab. Now, this has nothing to do with the box. There's a box. Our subscription box is also located on the website. That is a subscription, a monthly subscription. This is not a subscription. These are individual products that you can purchase. We will not send anything to you. So you will not be receiving anything physically in the mail, which means you don't have to pay shipping. You will not have to wait. They will be sent to your email once you purchase them. And then you just have to open up that email and print them out. I would also save them. I would save them to a jump drive or save them to your desktop or something like that, just for easy access, but also keep that email. So don't get rid of that email, save it, because that is how you will access your files in the future. So if you decide, oh, I would like to make a calendar with them, you can open them up and make a calendar. Later on, you'll just go into your email, open the files, and print them out, go to town. So we are almost done cutting these out, our July set, and then we're going to put it together. And then what I will do is I will go through and show you all of the ones we've put together from August all the way back to January. So you can see all of those. They're so pretty. I love that each one of them is like very much that month, you know, like July. Yeah, absolutely. It's 4th of July. It's picnics in the backyard. it's just a lot of fun. August is full of like bright colors and pool time. You'll see our February one is decked out in Valentine's. It's just so fun. But each one of those is available for $7.99. You can purchase all of them. You can purchase some of them. But again, once you purchase it, they're yours forever to use as many times as you would like. And you're going to get both sets of ephemera and instruction sheets. And all 3 options for cutting, all 3 of them are included in the $7.99. The hand cutting, the Cricut cutting, or the silhouette cutting. They're all included. So $7.99 for all of it. And you'll get that email today. You could be crafting these by the afternoon. Pretty amazing. So here we go. We got one more star, and then we got our July, which is going to go super fast because that is a short word. And then we'll put them together. So before I started here, I went through the instruction sheet, pulled out all of the pieces that I would need from my stash. Again, you do not have to match colors. If you can see that right here, this blue in this picture is a lot brighter than this one. It doesn't matter. The point is for you to use the items you have in your stash. So I just picked a medium blue and used that, and it is perfectly fine. Same with other colors. If you don't want yellow, maybe you're like, no, I just want red, white, and blue. Awesome. You don't have to use yellow. You can use whatever colors you would like. So if you want to do more red, more blue, just white, that is completely fine because you can do whatever you want with these. These are, we give you the starting place, we give you the instructions, and then if you want to flex your creative muscles and change things up, you certainly can. And since you can do multiples, because once you purchase it, you can do many, many layouts, as many as you want. You could do one with yellow, you could do one with red, up to you. Okay, so we've got all of our pieces cut for our July. We're gonna start with this side and put together our layout. So in this case, we've got our little side pieces or our photo mats. You can also see in this one, this yellow in this page is a lot darker than the one that I had, but like I said, I had this piece in my craft stash. I only needed one piece of light yellow, and I had a small piece that I wanted to use, so I just used that one instead. And it looks great. It's not going to look weird at all. So you don't have to have the exact colors. I know some people get a little hung up on that. They're like, oh, I don't have that pattern paper, or I don't have that color blue. You don't have to. The whole point of these printables, not the whole point because part of it is reusable, but one of the major points of these printables is that you get to use your stash. You get to use up what you have, so it just doesn't just sit there honestly mocking us, right? Like, there's so much stuff I have in my stash that every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, I have to figure out how to use it. And so, hey, we've done that for you here. All right, I'm just pulling the rest of my little pieces here. We're going to get our little sparkler firework, and then our stars up there in our title. Titles are always so fun. And here's the other thing. So pattern paper, you don't have to match the pattern paper. The reason why this pattern paper is in here is because this is the pattern paper I had. It does not have to be this pattern paper. It doesn't even have to be fireworks. If you have a red dot or a blue dot, or if you have anything that you would like to use, you don't even have to use pattern paper. If you wanted to just put that on a solid background, that is also just fine. Because again, and I cannot say this enough, the point is for you to use what you have in your stash. So you don't have to go out and purchase anything or track anything down. You can just use what you have. So I don't expect anyone to have this particular pattern paper in your stash. If you did, that would be ridiculous. I mean, what a coincidence. But I bet that you have some pattern paper somewhere in your stash that would look beautiful in here. So that is the point of these. You do not have to have exact colors. You do not have to have exact pattern papers. That is not the point of what these printables are. The point of these printables is to get the best bang for your buck, to get a very easy access setup, and to use the items in your stash. That is the point of these. The one thing I love about it is that I bet if 100 different people did this layout, they would all look different, and that is the best. That is the best thing. They're all slightly different, so you have the setup, you have kind of like the building bricks for your layout, but then you get to make it your own because you will use what you have. It's fantastic. We have our photo mats for this side. Now, if I was doing this for my album, I probably would put more adhesive on these, but for sake of time, because we've all got things to do, I'm just putting enough to hold it pretty good. So here we go. Got our little yellow and white. And then our super cute little things. Look at how cute. I love this. Little banner. So adorable. I'm going to put my adhesive on it. And then put it in our little corner. The other thing is, the layouts are designed for you to just follow exactly how we have done it, but you don't have to. If you decide you don't want that banner here covering up your photo, you don't have to. Put it on the bottom. You can do whatever you want with them. If you decide you don't want a certain piece in it, maybe you don't want the picnic stuff, you don't have to put the picnic stuff. You can put another photo mat here. Again, you have free reign to do whatever you would like to do because there's no mistakes here, especially since once you purchase them, you can just print them a million times, because if you mess up or if you do something and you're like, oh, you know what? I don't like that as much. I wish I would have done that differently. Oh, honey, just go do it again. You are good. Print them again. Make another layout. Make it how you want it. Fantastic. I love this little picnic spread over here. It's just so fun. There's something about picnics in the backyard that are the best. So there we go. This is what we started with. Our July printable set. You have the instruction sheet, and that's what we created. Fantastic. So July, that's half of July. Here's the other July set. You get all of the printables, all of these, 2 sets of ephemera, 2 sets of instruction sheets for July, $7.99. DownMemoryLaneBox.com. Now let's look at what we have done previously. So we'll pull these aside right now. We're going to look at January through August. So we have done January through August. I'm going to pull them out here. These are all with the printable set. So here's January. Here's the second set that comes with January. These ephemera pieces and instructions. So all of the paper, the cardstock, the pattern paper, all of that you see, those were just items that I pulled out of my stash. So that's what you'll do. You'll pull those items out of your stash, print your printables, cut them out. You can hand cut them, or you can cut them with a machine. All of those different files are included in that $7.99 for machine cutting or hand cutting, and the instruction sheets for both sets. This is one of my favorites. Look at these April ones. Aren't they so cute? So springy, so fun. Here is April's second set. Beautiful colors. Then we have May. This one is gorgeous. Look at that. So pretty. And then here is the second set from May. Ooh, grab one extra here. Second set from May. The Earth Laughs and Flowers. So pretty. We have June. We're diving into summertime. There's part 1 for June, part 2 for June. Super cute. We have July. Very patriotic. We've got our backyard fun time. And our last one, August. We have our August ones, which we just did today. There's layout number 1. And here is the one from set number 2 that we finished today. So all of these, January through December, we'll keep going every morning, but January through December is available right now. Go to downmemorylanebox.com. Click the Printables tab at the top. You'll see all of the different months. You can purchase those for $7.99. They will be instantly emailed to you, so you can go right into your email to find those files, and you can go to town. So that's it for today. I will be live this afternoon on our main Facebook page and in the app for our regular live sale, but head over and pick up these printables today. If you are looking for the rest of the videos that we have done for these other layouts, they're on our YouTube channel. So that's, go to YouTube, search Down Memory Lane Scrapbooking. You will find our pink logo, click on that, follow us, and you can see all of those other videos as well. So thank you for joining me today on this lovely Friday morning. I'll see you all next time. Bye.